Welcome to Riverbend Talon on WBGZ. Brought to you by the Halpin Music Company.
Another edition of Riverbend Talent on the Big Z, brought to you by the Halpin Music Company and by Mr. Matt Van Voorhis of Mr. Donut of Mr. Town Club of Mr. Stubblefield Band. And the Sea Shanty Sing-Along. The Sea Shanty Sing-Along already underway down at Morrison's Irish Pub. Trivia night later tonight at the Conservatory starting at 6:30. Open mic later tonight at the Raging Cajun beginning at 9. The Truckers 7 to 11 at Fast Eddie's in Alton. Logan Chapman, 6 to 9, already underway at George's Local Brew in Jerseyville. The Fabulous Freebirds against the Von Erichs at Big Daddy's in Edwardsville from 6 to 9. The Fabulous Freebirds and the Von Erichs.
See, I thought the Fabulous Freebirds. I thought that was Stevie Ray Vaughan's brother.
No.
That's the Thunderbirds, Fabulous Thunderbirds.
The Fabulous Freebirds are Michael Hayes, Terry Gordy, and Buddy something. I can't
Holly.
remember. Yeah, Buddy. Dave Mendoza, we know who he is.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
down at the Deutsch Village Inn doing the acoustic from 7 to 11. Bow Pleasure already underway down at Patrick's in Granite City until 9. Scott Marlin starts at 7 at Pavia's Place in Granite City, goes until 10. Ethan Morris already underway at the Prairie Inn in Dorsey, started at 5:30, got till 8:30 to catch him. And then the Open Jam with James Murphy from Head East, Tim Elmore from Stillwater, and Strangers. And that's from 8 p.m. until 12 a.m. at the Hard Dog in Livingston. Of course, Experience Live Music Row. They all started at 6 o'clock at Copper Fire, Benny's Pizza, and Jay Dober down at 7 in Belleville.
There you go. It's a pretty good Thursday night.
Not bad for a middle of the winter.
What do you? It feels like summer out there. It
Yeah, it does, actually, compared to a couple of days ago. The heat didn't kick on.
Oh, yeah.
Finally.
I was walking around outside today going, wow, is it spring? It felt wonderful. It's all relative. The theory of relativity always in play.
Yeah.
So
Just
there you go.
ignore the weather and have fun.
I do my best to ignore all of the world and have fun. Don't bring me down, man. I'll tell you who doesn't bring me down.
Suicidal tendencies?
The suicidal and the infectious grooves. I've seen them both live.
Yeah, same show. And the following tour, Mike Muir, the lead singer of both those bands, did it all from a couch.
I saw that.
It was rebellion.
He had a broken leg, and he did the show I saw him do. He did all of it, but the last 2 songs sitting on a couch with his leg up, and then he got up and hopped around on his cast the last couple songs.
It's hard to keep that guy down.
You can't bring me down. You know, again, back to who doesn't bring me down, Mr. Marshall Ingrassia. Say it again, because I want to hear it more slow and sultry.
Gracia.
Gracia. So, Marshall is back. How many years you been doing this now? What was your first year of Happy Trails?
2018.
2019 was the first?
18
was the first year. There you go. And that's how I met you. Right here on this very show, promoting the very first Happy Trails, which was at the Mineral Springs Mall.
I'll never forget the story of when you connected the dots of my band Grand House, and the one time we reached out to you and you thought we were that Asian lady.
Oh, I forgot about that.
I haven't, because that's a funny story.
I forgot because I'm like, okay, so Grand House, man, I'm going to check this out. It was Wing off South Park, man.
Yeah.
It was, and I'm like, this is what he's into? Is that it? He's a geisha on the side. He's a geisha girl. Cute.
Yeah, thank you.
Quite the voice, too. Oh, it was really, I forgot about that, man. I did, and I watched several of those videos before I was like, well, this can't be him. I mean, he doesn't have that kind of figure. He's not that,
Oh, thanks.
No. She had childbearing hips. You do not. So, yeah, I forgot about that. Grand House. What happened to that band, man? Those guys.
We're still kicking. Yeah, me and Austin. Well, one of the guys moved to Denver. He actually just recently moved back. One of them is out in L.A. One of them is in jail. Me and Austin are still kicking, though. We actually have recently started deep diving some of our old material that I had recorded, and we're gonna hopefully put out an album together.
Nice.
Of some of our older stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. I really enjoyed Grand House. Not
so
the
good.
ladies singing at the restaurant much, but you got and another band you had that year that I really liked was Echo Bass Quartet.
Yeah, Echo Bass.
And you put it together for me. We had Kirkos on last week sitting in with us. They're playing Friday night at the Winter Jam coming up the 26th and 27th at Jacoby's Art Center. We're going to talk more about that, but we had Kirkos in. Is that some Kirkos on here?
It is.
It is. Is that the
Kirkos?
Yeah, Village with a Purple Cow? So,
was I breathing too heavy in the mic?
No.
He's pulling some Kirkos up in the background.
No, they didn't. Okay, for those listening, they didn't give me headphones.
Right,
I'm not cool enough. I have no idea what's going on.
They're right over here. If you want to grab them.
No.
See, we had some. We just hid them from you. We're like, you know what? Let's make him work for it, man. Let's make. But anyway, so Kirkos was on last week, and you, AJ, their guitar player, was not in. The other three guys were in, and you told me AJ was AJ from Echo Bass Quartet, which is I really enjoyed the heck out of those guys when I saw them. So
they're so good,
they're
good. We have JJ. So there's AJ and there's JJ. Their drummer, he sat in for my band Colt Ball and Friends a couple times when our drummer was out. So
nice. What's up with Alex, man? Come on, Alex, get it together, bro.
I know it. Yeah, he's a good dude. We love him.
I do too, man. And his old band,
Neurologic.
I almost said Neurosis, and I'm like, that's wrong. Neurologic. I came in one day in here, and Dennis gives me a CD, and he goes, check these guys out. And I thought he meant, hey, we should get these guys on the show. And he was giving it to me going, you probably going to like these guys and want to get them at Family Fest is what he was giving. But I misread it, so I immediately listened to him and, yeah, let's get them on the show. And those guys, I was so bummed when they sort of disbanded. And I keep hearing that they're going to get back together.
Oh, yeah, they've been playing some music.
That's awesome, man, because Alex, Corey, all of them, man, super nice guys, and I really dug their music that they were writing. It was
like Fish, but better.
So it's for a jam band. It had a heavy edge to it, but it had aspects of jam band. It had aspects of prog. It had some, just enough of everything to keep it like, wow. There's been thought put into what's going on here. It's not random. They put together good songs. I'm happy to hear they're back. Happy their Grand House is back, and Echo Bass Quartet might not be together, but Kirkos is. So I don't know if Echo Bass is still together or not. Really,
I don't think so. No, they're all doing different projects. Eric, the bass player, is playing bass with One Way Traffic, who we're doing a weekend run. With them. I haven't officially announced it yet, but I think it's like a Sunday, the 24th or 25th, we are going to be playing at the conservatory with them.
Nice.
So that's like the unofficial announcement.
Yeah. And I like One Way Traffic a lot.
They're good,
Good players, good people, write good songs.
Yeah, we're doing Peoria Friday, Chicago Saturday, and then coming home, playing here Sunday.
Excellent. That'll be a good time. Talking again to Marshall Ingrassia.
There you go. And why?
This is called the Winter Jam.
Right.
Winter Jam. Yep. Happy Trails Music and Art Festival. Winter Jam. And you started Happy Trails back in 2018. That's what we said. And it was a winter, and it was a January. This is lucky number 7.
It was a January thing. And you did that 2018, 2019, and 2020.
We snuck in right before COVID.
That's right, because it was January, and that didn't happen until February. And then you went outside for a minute. Did a summer show.
Did like 3 of them.
Did a couple summer shows. Now, past 2 years, back to the winter show. You did the winter jamming at the Springs last winter.
Well, the idea is to do 2 a year.
Right. Tough to keep that up.
Tough to pull it. It's a lot of money.
And
it's a lot of booking. It's a lot of time. It's like a full-time job.
A lot harder when you got kids.
Yep.
Because you now have, you've had Angela for
Yes.
2 years, I'm going to say.
Will be 3 in March.
See, 3. Oh, yeah. So, and you got another one on the way now.
Yes, we haven't officially announced that yet, but
yes. There you go. Now I have.
Sorry, honey.
Yeah, you don't tell me nothing, man. I'm the worst secret keeper ever.
He's such a crack journalist.
Yeah. Well,
that's your crack journalism.
I haven't. I'm a crack, all right. Yeah. So actually, that's not even true. Fake news, like always. I'm just making stuff up here. Like always, I'm just spreading fake news. So you're back. You did the winter or the summer one outside down south, somewhere. Way down by Carbondale. I forget the town, but you're
way
back,
down there in the Howler.
Way in the Howler. But you're coming back. We got the winter jam coming up. It is 26th and 27th of January. It's happening at Jacoby's Art Center.
A week from tomorrow.
The music that you hear in the background is Kirkos.
That's their title track, Unearth. All instrumental release.
Yeah, I love these guys. I had them close out Happy Trails, the summer show this year, Friday night.
Nice.
They did like a late night, like 1:30 to 3:30 or something like that.
Yeah. So this will be my first time seeing him. So I'm
you're in for a treat.
I've only heard the CD, the Unearth. They gave me a copy of it last week when they were here. It's the first time I met him. Listen to the CD. I think it's great, man. It's got this prog feeling. It's got a little psychedelicness to it. It's got the organ in the background. I love.
Yeah, AJ found a keyboard player. Like, what? Come on now. Like, those guys, like, it's impossible to find a decent keyboard player. It feels like they're always so busy.
He was here, and they were giving him big props on what he's added to the sound. And whenever I listened to the CD, I understood. Man,
if we could find a solid organ player for Colt Ball and Friends, oh my God.
Yeah.
So if we got any organ players out there, you hit me up.
And to be honest, like, keyboard is one of those. It's so fun to play. And for a while, it was back, I guess, probably about 2012, 2013. I started telling a few of my friends, "Hey, let me be in your band. I want to play keyboard." And they'd say, "Do you play keyboard?" "Well, no, but let me in your band. I'll figure it out."
That's how I've been doing my bass for almost 30 years now. It's working.
I was going to say, isn't that how everybody does it? You're just like, well, I know a little bit, but I'll figure it out as you go along.
Yeah, I'd listened to the CD right before it came in, and they asked me what I thought about it, and I immediately said, the keyboards are just so cool.
Yeah.
They're like this haunting, crazy organ, and not just your normal keyboard, so...
Well, and when we asked them about their sound, they said, well, psychedelic circus music. And so immediately I go to Fish, the song Esther. That is total circus, creepy, psychedelic circus music. And I go, wow, about Fish, Esther? Like, yeah, that's kind of what we're going for. Dude, that is a creepy sound to go for because it's kind of dark and haunting, but yet still trippy. You know what I mean? Which, you got to love that.
Well, trip could be like that sometimes. They ebb and flow.
It's everything. It just 1 minute it's bright and shiny, and 1 minute it's dark and cloudy, and 1 minute it's introspective, outer spective. It's all of it. So there you go, man. So anyway, back to the show, January 26th, 27th, next weekend. Jacoby's Art Center. Friday kicks off 6 p.m.
Yeah, music will kick off. Doors are at 5 on Friday. The music kicks off at 6. It's $20 at the door. There are tickets available online for pre-sale at happytrailsmusicandartfestival.net. So you can get them in advance there. Saturday's getting close to selling out. We'll talk about Saturday more here in a little bit, but you definitely want to get those tickets soon if you plan on coming out and don't want to get turned away.
Yeah, because
the room cap's at 200. It's an old building. We're gonna hold that cap.
Okay, so. And there you go. So 200 tickets being sold. No more, no less.
No more, no less.
Well, we're gonna keep. I like that. I like the attitude. I like your attitudes. So there we go. No more for sure. And now the gauntlet has been thrown down. No less.
Hey, we're getting close on Saturday. We're getting close. Good. I'm pretty excited about that.
And Friday, let's go ahead and talk about the Friday lineup, because as you say, they're still Friday tickets for sale, and that is more of an Alton-based lineup, with the exception of Kirkos.
That's what I'm wanting to do. Well, yeah, I wanted to bring those guys in and just couldn't, so they're
couldn't
playing,
quite get them on Saturday because you had so much.
Yeah,
I get
they're
it, man.
playing on Friday, but yeah, I do with this show as I did last year. I do want to have kind of an Alton-based, mostly based night, and then kind of a
regional,
on Saturday. But yeah, so we have doors at 5, music at 6. Sandwich Brothers Band are kicking it off.
All right, nice.
I believe that's your band.
I've heard of those guys. I heard their singer's a jackass. You don't want to talk to him. Everyone else in the band's super nice, I hear.
Yeah. No, we're.
Hey, that reminds me, Pigpen. Remember I told you I was talking to my buddy before the show and was going to say his name on air?
All right.
Yeah, he went back and he missed that part. He listened to the whole show, but for some reason missed that. So he went back and watched the video, and you know what he said to me? He's like, I thought you were talking to some old man on there.
You are.
He meant like 80-ish. Yeah.
I'm pretty close.
He's like, I was trying to figure out who that guy with that voice was.
Sounds like he's been smoking for 80 years.
Yeah. So, well, he has.
Was that Chris?
Yeah, Chris.
From North Carolina.
No.
Oh, okay. I was like, me and you stopped at his house one time.
Egyptian construction.
Oh, okay. There you go. So there you go. So Friday, doors at 5 down at Jacoby's. Price is $20. Getting Sandwich Brothers Band kicking it off at 6 with just whatever goofy songs.
6:30. Yes, yeah. Music starts at 6, I guess. Yeah, I have no idea what they're gonna play. I'm sure we'll get a Dead song or two.
I last night it was discussed and we were like, well, we mainly do originals. We do cover a few songs here and there, and I said
do all originals.
I think we're just going to go all original.
We decided to do all originals.
Yeah,
this show.
Because the time limits where it's like, well, we don't have time to jack around a whole lot because we're going to keep it short and get on to Darry Garcia.
Who will be doing all Dead tunes.
Who will be doing all Dead tunes, which was another reason, which as much as I love
the Grateful Dead.
I love the Dead. I love Allman Brothers and Pink Floyd, and there's a lot of bands I love. But we did last night. We talked about it, and we're like, you know what? We've only got the 45, 50 minutes, whatever it is. Let's just do all original. Keep it fun, So there you go. After us,
Darry Garcia's
Lonesome Blues now. I don't know how he's going to be rolling that night. Sometimes he does a one-man band. Sometimes he's got people with him. Sometimes he'll have a bass, a guy that's playing like bass and drums and horn. I've seen him in a few different setups, but it will at least be Darry.
Yes.
As you say, probably a whole set of Dead
Grateful
tunes
Dead, yeah.
is going to be my guess. Which
he does this cool live looping thing. It's a one-man band Grateful Dead show.
Yeah. And after Darry Garcia's Lonesome Blues,
we've got Joshua Grassle and friends.
There you go, Josh.
Local
Grassle.
legend.
I have known him since he was a kid. Last time he was on, he was telling stories that I forgot about from when we were teenagers, and I was like, awesome. "Oh, I'm so sorry."
That's good times.
He was bringing up. Yeah, I have a pretty bad memory, and I kind of live in the moment sometimes. If I don't write down stuff, a lot of times it's gone. It's here and gone. And he was cracking me up, bringing up some old stuff. But last time I saw him, and I've seen this guy for years. Me and him both grew up playing pretty heavy stuff, heavy edge type music. And the last time I saw Josh, it was the most soulful version of Joshua Grassle I've ever seen. He wasn't as heavy, he wasn't quite as amped up, and it was beautiful, man. It was
got a great voice. He plays super well. One thing I love about him is every time I see him play, it's like a different project or with different people.
He's always switching it up. But and I always am entertained by him. He's always a lot of fun. But he's always one of those guys who's on 11, man. It's always as loud and amped up as it gets, which is fine. I did, but seeing him take
guys like him are necessary in this industry because guys like me just want to sit back and play the bass. We need somebody to do all that crap.
And he's always so good and so entertaining, but hearing him get soulful showed me a whole nother side of him that I was happy to get a glimpse at.
Nice.
And like you say, it's always fun because you don't know who he's going to be with. You don't know what he's going to be. He could be all over the board there. So Joshua Grassle, and then after Joshua, we got Kirkos.
Wow. Oh yeah. Phasers and
lots of filters. Long notes put through many filters. Those guys a lot of fun. So Kirkos closing the actual show at Jacoby's Art Center out at about 11 o'clock.
11 o'clock. Yeah, they want us done at Jacoby around 11.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll at 11 o'clock. All you have to do is walk across the street and go down a couple doors to the conservatory.
That is correct.
And that is the after party.
There is going to be some music Friday night.
What a good night to pick, too, because it's also Coolaverse.
Right. Yeah, Mike and I had to figure something out. We didn't realize that both of our things were on the same night.
Yeah, so he's got Steph Plant from 6 to 8,
excellent,
per usual,
excellent.
DJ CBS 8 to 10, and then he's going to have a Smiths tribute band from 10 to 12, leading up to
a
the after
Smiths
party.
tribute band.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep. And then after party band after that, TBA.
That's what I predicted.
Guys. I love those guys.
I predicted a Marshall Jam Fest.
We're doing that Saturday night.
Okay.
That is the Saturday after.
Yeah, I got my work cut out for me Saturday.
You're gonna be busy. You're gonna be. You're
I don't
gonna,
know why I do this to myself.
Hopefully the conversation we had, you've gotten somebody to some help at the door. I don't know if anybody reached out to you yet, but we have.
Yeah, I think your wife might, and Jeff,
Jennifer.
I don't know.
So,
I got a couple people that want to help. I plan on doing the door. I don't mind doing the door myself.
Right, but
it's my show. It's hard to ask people to
Right, but you have to play. So let's go ahead and talk about the Saturday lineup now. Saturday, who are we starting with?
So Saturday we have doors at 3, and then by no mistake, Pickin Buds.
4:20.
Pickin
4:20
Buds.
start.
We're Pickin Buds at 4:20.
That's right.
And that is an event, not a band. Maybe, I don't know.
I asked Jacoby, I was like, I guess we probably can't smoke inside there because it's like, you're not supposed to smoke inside. And they're like, no, you can't do that.
Yeah.
I was like, crap.
Well, yeah, no. But you can pick.
You can pick them.
And maybe you can trim them.
And you can roll them. And you can step right outside and smoke them.
So there you go. Pickin
so nice
Buds.
to say that.
I know.
I love it.
Still.
Yeah,
Remember we'd sneak into the parking lot and hide.
Yeah. And sometimes you still forget that the world has changed. Where like a while back, I met a buddy and we met out in a public place and he gave me a bag with some, and I was like, I'm gonna go put this in my car, and he's like, why? I was like, well, because it's weed. And he's like, so? Stapled to your forehead. Nobody come. Oh yeah, I forgot. I still think I gotta hide it in my car.
We were at Sacred Rose a year or two ago, up in Chicago.
Yeah.
And this kid from Indiana that I met in line, he ended up helping me get in a little quicker. And when we were sitting at the desk getting ready to go in front of like security and all the people working the desk and all that, I was like, hey man, thanks a lot for the tip. Give me a call inside. Here's my number. I'll smoke you out. I brought some weed. We'll smoke. And he's like, whoa, dude. Whoa, say less, man. Say less. I was like, simmer down, buddy.
You're in Illinois,
You're in the
man.
promised land here. It's okay.
Right. You just crossed that Indiana border, though. They're still living by old rules.
I know. You go into a weird state like that, and it's like you step back in time, and you're like, oh, my gosh.
I can't remember which city it was or state right now because, it all melds together. But my wife's up hip to Billy String, so we go see a lot of Billy String shows. And I think it was out east somewhere. And I standing outside, and I just kind of had a smoke. And people are like, dude, you can't do that here. I'm like, what do you mean? And they're like, you can't just do that. I'm like, oh, sorry, I'm from Illinois, man. Like, it's fine.
Right.
I forgot I've stepped back in time by coming down south. But I think it was Georgia or somewhere. I can't remember. Yeah, it was home of James Brown, Augusta, Georgia, I think it was. But anyway, so there you go.
Pickin Buds, 420.
Pickin Buds, 420. What a perfect time to do some Pickin Buds.
And then our old buddy Sam McInnes is coming up to
CornFish.
Oh, we're getting some CornFish.
Yeah,
I can't wait for that, man. He's so good.
And
he's got a record coming out too. I'm not sure when it's dropping, but he has been in the studio, so I'm real happy for Sam. I'm glad he's getting some material out there. He's super talented.
A just downright nice guy, hardworking guy.
Oh, one of the most genuine.
He drove all the way, so he lives down in the Benton area somewhere down there, a couple hours, and he drove up and was on the show with us, and drove 2 hours to hang out, be on the show, and then he just wants to hang. Let's just go have a beer. Let's just hang. You know what I mean?
He's the festival godfather. Like, I met this dude. I think actually at a family festival was the first time I met him. But yeah, he goes to all the local festivals and takes care of everybody. Everybody knows him. He's friendly. He's kind
and hardworking too.
The hardest working. Yeah.
My buddy Dave introduced me to him down in Benton. We had Family Fest down in Benton. The first year we were down there, he goes, "Hey, this guy wants to help out," and I said. He goes, he wants to help out on stage. I said, "Dude, I don't just put helpers on stage." And he goes, "Man, trust me, this guy knows what he's doing. You
give him a task."
Yeah. Well, I didn't know. And I'm the kind of guy. I don't just put people on stage, man. You got to know what you're doing. You can work other parts of this festival. There's, always think we always need help, but certain parts you got to know. But certain parts you got to know what you're doing. And
right.
Holy crikey, he took over. I was building a roof for the Paisaw Body Art stage, the Paisaw Body Art, the tattoo shop.
I remember this, yeah.
I was building a cover for it, just a sun cover, not really a rain cover. And he saw me building he watched me for 10 minutes. He goes, "Hey, you got a lot to do. I can do this." And I'm like, I would normally never turn a task like that over to someone I don't know, but I did. I'm like, all right. And he did it. He basically watched me for 10 minutes, took my form and finished it. And he worked hard all day for,
That's Sam.
Just to help. Yeah. And you don't meet people like that. So CornFish, what time's he playing for?
He's playing after Pickin Buds.
5:50 is what you got on the event.
If you wanna make sure you're catching all the music, you need to make sure you're at the door at 5.
Yeah.
I guess we're talking Saturday now. At the door at 3.
At the door at 3, because 4:20, Pickin Buds kicks off 5:50 or somewhere around there. We got CornFish coming on, and then after CornFish,
good old Colt Ball and friends.
And you are a friend.
I am a friend.
You are one of the friends.
We are in the process of renaming this band, but we are not going to announce any name changes until we have an album to drop.
Gotcha.
But right now, Colt Ball and friends.
Colt Ball and friends.
The Frenzy. That's not the band name. That's Donna Hinn.
The Friends in Frenzy. The Frenzy Friends. So there you go. Colt Ball kicking off what time?
Kicking off right after CornFish.
Right.
If you want to catch all the music, you got to be there.
You got to be there.
3 p.m. on the doors.
You got to be there.
Roughly 7:20.
Roughly.
We'll see how the sound crew does switch over and all that.
I heard they're real picky about that.
Yeah,
that's what I heard. He said it last week on the show.
You don't want to harsh anybody's good time, but at the same time, this is a show going on, and so if you want things to move, man, you gotta keep that schedule, and we do want things moving because we have to be out by 11. And
to be out
after Colt Ball and Friends rocks us for about an hour and a half.
I think we're gonna do an hour and a half.
An hour and a half. So after that, we got one more.
Aaron, Kamm, and the One Drops.
There you go. 8K and the 1D, and Aaron. We don't want to miss any of that. So that's why we keep it on time. That's why.
Yeah.
And isn't this the return of Aaron, Kamm, and the One Drops? Didn't they play for you once in 2019? I want to say.
I did. Yeah, I had Aaron Kamm come out in 2019.
Yep.
Okay.
They were the headliner at Mineral Springs.
That is correct.
And then.
Who was the headliner last year, man?
Helped you raise money for the Oasis Women's Center?
Cluster Plug. I remember now. I remember. It took me. I was like, I was kind of getting the years. It all melds.
I put my own band up there as a headliner too, even though it was like our 3rd show. But we did pretty good.
Yeah, you did fine. You boys did that. That's
why it's my show.
A picking and a singing. So there you go.
We even added a guitar player since then. So you get a. Well, you've seen Kevin.
Yeah, I was going to say, and Colt Ball and Friends, around roughly 7:20, taking the stage, going to kick it for about an hour and a half, and then Aaron, Kamm, and the One Drops coming to finish the night at Jacoby's until 11, and that's going to be, of course, a party down. Those guys always bring it, and then directly after that, the party at Jacoby's ends, however.
Ends, but right down the road.
Right across the street and down a couple doors.
From Jacoby. The conservatory.
The conservatory. The after party, once again, just like Friday night, got an after party going on. It's going to kick off basically at 11 when this one...
Yeah, we're going to open the doors for the after party an hour early. So we can squeeze more music in, and for people that aren't at our show but are at the conservatory. Yeah. So we have DJ BDK coming through, who's going to be spinning some house tunes for us from 10 to 11, and then sometime after 11, we're gonna do a big old Colt Ball and Friends sandwich. So
nice.
We're gonna play at the main show. Kamm's gonna play, and then right after that, we're gonna play again. Super Jam style. Yeah. Nice. So the friends are bringing some friends.
Excellent.
We've got a few buddies that are gonna be joining us on different songs. We're gonna play all originals at the main show. We're gonna play a handful of originals at the after party. We're gonna play a bunch of really fun covers.
Nice.
Have a real good time with it, and then once we are done. Local legends, our buddies in Spilly Nelson, are coming out for a good old nightcap.
Nice.
Spilly Nelson nightcap. You get a double dose of Colt Ball, and then you get a nightcap of Spilly, and what more could you want after a beautiful weekend of music?
And I mean, if you take that each day as a whole, those are some nice sets of music you've got lined up there.
I do my very best.
Yeah.
It's not cheap, so I do have to charge at the door. Saturday tickets are $30 a head, and it's an all ages show. It's kid friendly. Kids do need tickets though, since this room caps out at $200.
Right.
So normally, if it was an outdoor fest, obviously kids usually free.
Sure.
If you want to bring your kids, please, but everybody has to have a ticket.
There's only 200 spots, so everyone filling one of those spots is gonna have to
right. This
chip
is
in
my
on the party.
first show at Jacoby, and I don't want to piss the fire marshal. I don't know if I can say that. I want to make the fire marshal mad.
Yeah. You don't want to get him fired up.
It's an old building too, So.
Yeah. But that having that 200 person cap, it makes it explainable. It's of course you want to. As much as you hate to charge a kid to get in because you want to have them just to see them having a good time. There's only 200 allowed in, so you got to do that. But I mean, if you think about that, $30 for that day is the price. That's not even $10 a
that's
band.
4 bands doing 90 minutes each. You get 13 vendors. There's food on site, drinks on site.
Well, and here's the thing. Like a lot of people that might not. So people who go to festivals are sort of used to festival prices because this is cheap for a festival price.
Yes, it is.
It's so people who go to festivals regularly look at that and go, "Oh wow, that's a good price." But people who maybe don't go to festivals as much and go to shows more look at it like, "Oh wow, man, that $30. Okay, think about it. You got 4 bands. That's not even $10 a band, and we're not talking about venue, sound, lights. Everything adds up if you want to have a show." And I will say this for my man Marshall because I do the same thing. All he's doing is throwing a party and asking everybody to chip in and make it happen.
Right.
I mean, that's all it really is here. It's I mean, we could have a smaller party.
Just trying to make it happen.
Right, but the bigger the party is, the more it's like, hey, everybody chip in a few bucks here. Yeah. And when it comes down to it, $30 isn't a whole lot for the amount of music you're going to get. Like you say, you're $5 a band plus a little toward the sound, a little toward the venue, and there you go. I mean, that's not much. So good price.
That's, 1 weekend away. Not this weekend, but the following weekend.
Next weekend,
right?
A week from tomorrow.
Right.
January 26th, Friday, and 27th, Saturday.
Yeah. So
right.
Looking forward to it.
Speaking of Friday and Saturday, what's happening this Friday?
This weekend, yeah. Well, we got Mila Duffy firing it up down at Morrison's Irish Pub from 6 to 10, and Hideous Gentleman will be at the Conservatory from 8:30 to 11. And pianos, of course, at Raging Cajun on a Friday night, all mixed up at Fast Eddie's from 7:30 to 11:30. The Graham Band, 7 to 10 out at Baker's and Hale, although many of those shows have been canceled with cold weather because they do it on that heated outdoor patio that's not really that heated.
it's heated, but not sub-zero heated.
Right. The Subs, which is Brad Cummings from BC Homegrown.
Nice.
7 to 10 at Locke's Brick House in Bethalto. Then John Evans up at George's Local Brew from 6 to 9. Hicktown down at Deutsch Village Inn. Start at 8:30, going to 12:30. Flip side, 8 o'clock at Patrick's in Granite City. And Pigpen, they're going to take the bus from Third Chute now.
Yeah.
And circle down to Granite City. So they're going to, Marshall can go down to his old town in Granite. Check out a couple bars, get back on the bus, and come back home, and it'll be at Third Chute. So Third Chute, Patrick's, and 2 other bars, which I'm drawing a blank on, all going to team up with that bus. Remember the bus from Third Chute?
Yeah. Excellent.
Not just yet, but coming soon.
Coming soon. Okay. Right. And you know what? It's good to hear that because they had the 3 Third Chutes going, running the shuttle between them. Well, then they sold the West Alton one. I'm not sure if the Alton one, last time I talked to the owner, he had that one for sale. Sold the one in Grafton to his daughter. And I thought, well, there goes the Third Chute run. But good for them teaming up with Granite City.
They've been doing some shows at Third Chute. You know how we were told that, they'll do like one a month. Yeah. So they're kind of on that vibe still. Also going on Friday night, Just Be, 7 to 10. That's like a Sinatra type thing.
All right.
At Manhattan Social House. It's a coffee shop in Granite City.
Is it a Sinatra tribute or just people singing like that?
Well, it's like that's one of the artists they cover from that era.
Doing some Dean Martin.
That's why they fit so well into the speakeasy down there in Granite City.
Yeah.
Like the gangster music, right? Yeah. Scruffy-looking nerf herder. He'll be at the speakeasy in Granite City from 6 to 10 on Friday night. The Fry Project going to do bendies in Granite on Friday night from 7 to 11. Toxic Johnny doing an open mic at Wiggler's at Holiday Shores in Edwardsville. And you remember, I told you they moved Wiggler's to a pizza joint, and I'm shocked that you didn't guess the name of it. When I tell you the name, you're like, I should have remembered that, or you've never heard of it, but you know of what I'm about to say.
All right.
Hookers. It's Hookers Pizza.
Been there a bunch, man.
Right?
I'll try any pizza.
So now
I'll try any hooker.
so Wiggler's moved from their old location to Hookers Pizza.
He knew the mission.
Yeah, and so now they're selling pizza while they put on bands.
There you go. Okay, nice. Again, man, sometimes I forget how many years it's been since I did time in Holiday Shores.
Also going on Friday night, Strangers Duo at the Moose in Edwardsville from 7 to 10. Dustin Coleman at Big Daddy's from 6 to 9. Kevin Babb at the 1818 Chop House in Edwardsville from 7 to 10. Let's see, Jeremy Drake doing the Cabin at Judy Creek from 7 to 10 on Friday. Short Mist up at the Rustic in Warden. And that pretty much does it for Inner Riverbend. There's some Outer Riverbend gigs that you can check out at Cottonmouth.org. And Saturday is Biff Gnarly's birthday.
Okay.
But I call it Michael Quinn's birthday because he's actually turning 35. Biff Gnarly's not quite that old.
No.
But his band is Biff Gnarly.
I call it Quinn the Eskimo's birthday. Because when Quinn the Eskimo gets here, everybody's going to want a dose.
That's right. And just to catch you up on Biff Gnarly, they just released a single, and it's called End of an Era. You got to see the cover of that Pigpen. Okay. You will laugh very hard. They're going to have a new single released on Saturday, this coming Saturday, the 20th. They're going to be playing with Nico, Shareholder, Jeff Coe, and Dracula Johnson.
Okay. I don't know Dracula Johnson.
I know Dracula Johnson. That's going to be a good show.
Yeah.
You don't want to miss that.
Okay, that already sounds interesting to me. So
all for $5.
All right.
Good deal, too. Pianos, obviously, at the Raging Cajun. Naked Soul, 2 to 6, all mixed up. 7:30 at Fast Eddie's. And Alton, number 4 combo, 7 to 11. The Outlaw Opry show canceled because of weather out at Baker's and Hale. The Wrath of Khan, 9 o'clock at the Pump House in Wood River. Kevin Gruen, 6 to 9 at Georgia's Local Brew on Saturday. Rogers and Dean House up at Grafton's Winery.
Sorry, that's still laughing about the Wrath of Khan, man. So who's your favorite Khan, though? Like Genghis Khan? Shaka Khan? Oh, the Wrath of Khan. I'm sorry. I'm over it. Right back to Rogers and Dean House. I'm sorry.
That's right. Up at Grafton Winery on Saturday from 3 to 7. The Fry Project down at Deutz, 8:30 to 12:30. Scruffy-looking nerf herder. He'll move over to the Manhattan's Coffee and Social House.
He's also going to be doing some Sinatra. No, I don't know if that's
He
true.
Might. You never know. He might be doing some John Williams. Right?
Hey.
7 to 10.
He's my nerf herder.
Yeah. Beowulf. Firing it up, 9 o'clock at Patrick's on Saturday. Jared Lutz at the Corner Pub, 8 o'clock on Saturday. Evan Shaw at Big Daddy's, 6 to 9. Dave Horton at the Foundry, right next door, from 2 to 5. And the Psychedelic Symphony will be grooving from 7 to 10 at the Edwardsville Moose.
There we go. It's our buddy Jumpin' Johnny.
We got the Midwest Paranormal Investigation Consortium. That's a long thing to say. They're investigating the warehouse in Edwardsville, and Dean, a past guest, and those guys turned us on to Brian Murray, and we've had a lot of fun doing investigations with those guys. Yeah,
I've been wanting to get him back on because I stayed at a hotel in the middle of Illinois that he had investigated, and I always like talking to him about his experience. Right. First, my experience in weird places.
If you bring a black light, there's a lot of ghost handprints.
All over. Every bed sheet's just covered in plasma or something, I'm sure. So there you go.
Also on Saturday.
Never take a black light in any hotel. You will not stay.
Also on Saturday, our buddy Scott Marlin playing at Lyle's Tavern in Maryville from 7 to 10, and Sweet Bottom at the cabin at Judy Creek and Glen Carbon from 7 to 11. Flip Side up in Kane, Flip the Frog. Flip the Frog's on the road. They're going to Wentzville, and so is Grand Band. They're playing at Johnny's Hideout in High Ridge. But you want to talk a road gig? How about Ruby Lee? She's down at Arlington Music Hall in Texas.
I'm going to tell you right now, that might seem like a road gig to her today, but it will not in a year from now. Yeah. She's going to be all over the world in the next year, man.
Only a few tickets left for that show down in Texas. They got 3 shows down there. They like to, book a couple of extra ones, and they can do that now because she has the name. People know who she is. And,
she's going to have no problem booking gigs for some time. And from what I've seen of her and what I understand, she's a true, she's a worker. She's going to be one of these people that comes off stage and isn't like me. I would immediately be like, hey, where's the free snacks? And like, is there something to smoke? Or what? She's going to be thinking about what she did wrong and practicing.
Actually, she does a meet and greet after every show, completely free, and stays until every single person gets a chance to meet her.
Wow.
And she learned that from some old country legends that she used to jam
Ozzy
with when
Osbourne.
she was 9 years old.
No, okay, just checking.
Come on, people.
So she learned that from some old music legends, huh?
Yeah,
okay.
So they George Ports is one of those guys.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Max Bauer.
I'm
bringing up the bluegrass guys because we have a bluegrass festival this weekend.
But first, before we move off Ruby Lee, I got to say, when I went home last week, I was thinking about the story you told that she had told you at the last show about her first night yodeling and the guy knocking on the door and saying that was amazing, and it was the guy who actually beats her or whatever. And to me, what I love about that story is the lack of ego. Right. For the guy who ends up winning on the first night to just come over and go, I can hear you through the wall and you're amazing. Instead of trying to squash her and go, you shouldn't yodel, man. They ain't going to like, you know what I mean? Because that's what you picture.
So they were the
doing.
last two on stage when they sat and announced the winner, right? And he tried to hand her the trophy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
She's
awesome.
Like, that's not going to work.
But again, you got to love the lack of ego and the love of music that they're sharing. It's more about doing great than taking home that trophy, that gold-plated paperweight. So good for Ruby. What else we got going? What's this bluegrass festival
we got a
we're
Sunday
talking about
festival
here?
that ties into the Happy Trails music.
I saw this.
Or the Winter Jam, Mr. Tate Kelly.
Oh yeah,
right from Pickin Buds, right?
Yeah. There we go. So it's called.
So he's doing like open mic bluegrass stuff now at the lodge, and he's doing these festivals. So here's the one coming up Sunday. You want to read it, Pigpen?
Man Smart, Woman Smarter, which is a Grateful Dead song that a lot of people don't realize the Grateful Dead just wrote to score chicks. I don't know. I don't know if that's
so
true.
it's an all female bluegrass show. Featuring Emily Wallace, Hillary Fitz, Valley Gold, Leah Osborne, Zell, Holly Schultz, Emma Noby. Rachel is what?
Rachel is Kazi.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know if that's all. I don't know if that's saying who Rachel is or if that's all
sure.
supposed
name
to be
of a band or something.
It's fine. Sounds
and
good
Jessica
to me.
Doyle.
Excellent.
It's from noon until 8, and it's $15. Kids are free, and that's at the lodge at Lovejoy.
That's just the conservatory.
Yeah, well,
here.
I think my print messed up there.
Yeah, okay.
They're doing karaoke at the.
Yeah, there you go. Okay.
Conservatory.
So that'll be at the lodge, and that is Sunday. And what times that get kicked off? Noon. So there you go. Sunday down at
Man
the lodge.
Smart, Woman Smarter.
There you go.
Also Sunday, Cross the Line and Naked Soul at Fast Eddie's Rockabilly Revival at Grafton Winery and D's Notes. The Big Daddy's
what?
D's Notes.
DEEZNOTE.
You know, like the snack.
Only
notes.
Like the girl D. That's her notes. D's notes.
I thought never mind.
Hey, man, you know how to play these notes? I do.
You do.
Kirkos does.
Hey, speaking of Sundays, no longer open mic at Mac's Timeout.
Sorry to hear that.
Mac got tired of it.
We kind of called it. We kind of said it when they were down here to him, even. And hope it lasts long. But, that is a tough one. However, Martin's Tunes and Eats is I think, back up and running, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the old Chico's. It's back to Chico's.
It's back to Chico's again, so I don't see why they couldn't just go down there and fire that Sunday jam back up at Chico's.
Kenny just mentioned that they're trying to find a new place. Didn't give me anything more than that.
Hey, Kenny.
There will be an open mic at the Stagger Inn, though.
It's been going on for quite some time. Oh, and my buddy Mark Close Quarters. Look at that. I just kind of looked down and saw that.
Yep.
Have not seen that gentleman for years. But
doing Copper Fire 2 to 5, part of Experience Live Music Road down there in Belleville. City Heat doing Wild Pickings from 1 to 5, and Tim Campbell down at Deutsch from 2 to 6. Drew Lance out the cabin at Judy Creek from 3 to 6.
That is our Sunday in the area.
He is there almost every Sunday.
There you go, man. And that's this weekend, but the weekend after that, on Friday 26th and Saturday the 27th, we have the Winter Jam. Happy Trails Music and Arts presents Winter Jam at Jacoby's Art Center.
I wanted to give a quick shout out to my sponsors on that show, because we were talking earlier about how expensive these festivals are.
Yes.
And people that know me and know my shows know I was doing it down at Mineral Springs, and it just got expensive there. You know, the heating bill in that building, in that room. There was a lot of factors that made us decide to go ahead and move it. But Jacoby was the place that took us in, and it's a smaller room, so but it's an expensive show. So I have people helping me cover this.
Let's talk about
there's
them.
no way I could do the show without their help. So first off, AltonWorks.
Well, there you go, McGibney. Sarah McGibney and her down there.
That's Main Street.
Oh, Main Street.
But they're cool too.
Hey. Yes.
No, AltonWorks
is good.
John Simmons.
John Simmons.
both great people.
Yeah.
But, and doing great things for this fine city.
And both Main Street and AltonWorks. Doing great things, and let's hope as AltonWorks.
Main Street gave me my start, with these shows too. They helped me out. They helped promote a lot of these early days, and I'm not so involved anymore with Main Street, but mostly just because life gets busy, you know.
And AltonWorks, you say John Simmons. That's you were his you did his radio show with him for years.
We did a little radio show with him. That man can sing bass. You ever hear him sing bass, Marshall? Yeah, he can nail it, can't he?
Yeah, the whole family plays.
Yeah.
But AltonWorks is helping out with the show, which is awesome. They're doing a lot of great things around town.
And let's keep Alton working. Let's not get it out.
It's awesome that somebody's able to pick up some of these older buildings.
Pig pen for mayor. He knows what to do.
Yep, do that and get us into that amphitheater. Somebody. I actually, on a real note, Marshall and Gracia will be running for mayor in Alton one of these years. I'm not sure. I'm running my own business right now, so I don't have a whole lot of time.
And you got to be over 35. No, I'm just teasing you. Coming for it. Yeah, my political beliefs are like free beer on Tuesdays. I don't know.
I'm gonna get elected in as soon as I run. People are gonna be like, oh yeah, that guy right there. But anyways, the next sponsor at Marshall Pest Solutions, local here in Alton, pest control.
You know what? I can vouch for Marshall Pest Solutions.
I can vouch for them too.
Because you sir gave me my backyard back. I'm an outdoors person, and we had a mosquito problem that was driving me indoor, and I'm not one to just cover myself in DEET too much. I got enough chemicals in me, don't need them out on me. But anyway, I spent a lot of time outdoors, and it was getting so bad that it was like I couldn't go out there, and now I have my backyard back thanks to Marshall Pest Solutions.
Thank you for hiring me.
Pesky mosquitoes, well worth every penny.
Yeah, lots of local businesses and residential customers trust me with their pest control, and I'm a one-man operation, and it's been going great, and I'm happy to be able to finance my own show with some of that pest control money.
That's a one-man operation.
Dump it back into the city. Try to get some money generated. See what we can do.
Everybody out there who's like, I root for the mom and pop shops. He said this is a one-man operation. That's not even mom and pop. That's just a pop shop.
Yeah, call me up if you have pests. If you have a house and have bugs or don't want bugs, a business. Preventative maintenance is 90% of what I do. 618-581-3217.
There you go, Marshall Pest Solutions, or MarshallPestSolutions.com.
Yeah, MarshallPestSolutions.com, 618-581-3217.
Got any other sponsors on there?
I do. It's Raining Zen. Donna and Dave down there at Zen. Yeah, they've been helping me out from day one. They're awesome. They're huge supporers of all things Alton, all things music. And
I've been wanting to get Dave. I've been wanting to get Dave in here because he's an interesting guy.
Good people.
Interesting people, and he's got some things that I kind of want to talk to. So I'm gonna put him. I'd gone down and talked to him about it, and things kind of get busy and you forget about it. But get
him in here.
It's raining. It's Raining Zen. That is in the Mineral Springs Mall.
It's in Mineral Springs.
You go in the main door, right?
You go in the main door, right off Broadway. Yeah, it's right there to the right. You can't miss it.
Cool
Just
shop.
Follow the good smells. They have a lot of incense in there. It smells good.
Yeah, good place. So, anybody else we got?
Yep, Old Bakery Beer Company.
Yay!
They've been helping out the show for a few years now, and I'm real thankful for them. Always being involved in the local music scene.
Nice.
And then of course Jacoby. I'm paying them to be there, but they're giving me a discount, and I really appreciate it because this is definitely a DIY show. Without the help of the community, wouldn't be able to do it. So, and
big shout out to Rebecca and Chantel down there.
For sure,
for the time and efforts they're putting into that place.
Rachel.
And they're Rachel. Did I say Rochelle? Rachel and Chantel, I had talked to them a while back. They got some nice plans, and I think, AltonWorks being involved in that, and also great things going on down there. Any more sponsors?
That's it for the sponsors. Just, 13 vendors.
Also sponsored by Riverbend Talent.
There we go.
That's a show that's on some
sponsored by Cottonmouth.org.
So there you go.
Thanks for the interview, guys.
Yeah.
Appreciate the promo.
And you said vendors. people are going to...
I have vendors. We have 13 vendors coming through. Do we have time?
I definitely want to ask, make sure that, is there food?
There's food,
okay,
yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah, no, we have Cat's Tasty Bean coming in with some coffee and hot cocoa. It's going to be a little chilly out. I think we're calling for like 35, 36 or something like
coffee.
that. So
they'll sell out.
Yeah, Big Boys Q and Southern Souls coming
in.
Oh, yeah. I did. Yeah, those guys are great.
Big Boys is down at Raging Cajun tonight, I believe.
I believe so. Nice. Yeah. I was talking to Ron earlier about
we had
some of
Ron out at Family Fest last year.
Yeah, good stuff. Yeah, I know. He fed me good down there. That mac and cheese with the burn-ins. Oh my god,
so good.
Hey, if you're listening, Ron, I'm requesting now. I want those mac and cheese with the burn-ins at Happy Trails.
Hey, Ron, we all want mac and cheese with burn-ins.
And then we have musician chef who will also be out there selling food, and then we have Ray's Soul Touching Tacos, with taco truck, which will be out there outside slinging tacos. So we've got food inside, food outside. Jacoby will have a totally loaded bar. If you want to drink alcohol, there is that option. No food or drink from outside except Ray's Tacos.
Rule number 1, no rules. Rule number 2, no outside food.
Right. Yeah, no, I want to make sure these guys that are paying to be there get paid by having food sales.
I know one too. Higher Sound. Higher Sound.
Higher Sound will be there for sure.
Yeah.
Supplying,
making sure we have high sound.
Making sure that the soundmen are nice and high.
Once I met these guys, I've never looked at any other sound companies for my local shows out here in Alton. So I had you guys out at basically all of them except for the first one or two, maybe.
The very first one, you had Don. We met, so we didn't know each other till after it was over.
I had Don Lanier out,
and then he did a great job. He did a fine job, and then but anytime it can work out, we're always happy to work with you. You do a great job. You put on a great show, and
1 minute left in the show.
We have to get down to business here. Big thanks to Marshall and Garcia.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Get out January 26th.
We got a little time.
27th.
We got a little time. 1 minute's a longer time.
Oh, no. It'll take more than that to wrap it up.
13 vendors, 8 bands, 2 days.
One place.
Jacoby Art Center. Pre-sale tickets, www.happytrailsmusicandartsfestival.net.
You can find those links also at cottonmouth.org. We want to thank our sponsors, Halpin Music Company and Mr. Matt Van Voorhis of Stubblefield Band and Macias Insurance. And I wanted to mention one more thing. The Experience Live Music Row?
Yeah.
On Saturday, they're adding a special thing to it. It's called the Onesies Bar Crawl. So I guess everyone's going to be doing it in onesies. And Silly Sally's playing that night. So, I mean...
It's going to be a silly night.
It sounds like it.
I'll get my sparkly onesie all cleaned up for that.